is weird. That is weird. This I view as a public service announcement. Is the exact wrong way to have a marriage, right? This is the exact wrong way to act with one's spouse. And it's really kind of, I was like watching this going, man, this is the pussification of an entire generation. Joink.
Babe.
My wife and I have been sleeping in separate parts of the house for over a year. Well, and look at that. She's like, why are you bothering me? Yeah, piss off. She like clearly doesn't like him, right?
I was wondering if maybe I could sleep in the same room as you now. It's been like a little over a year, and I just feel like I've grown so much and done everything you told me to do. And
okay, that's where I've grown so much and done everything you told me to. Oh, nobody likes a wimp, right? Nobody likes a wimp, right? I mean, and women like to be respected, but like, people like strength. Just look at her. She's like, why is this schmuck bothering me?
I want to sleep in the same room.
Bro, what are you still doing there? Oops.
I've grown so much and done everything you told me to do, and I want to sleep in the same room as you. You're my wife. Who is that? Who's on the phone?
No, I just feel like we're still...
Yeah, who's on the phone? The guy she's sleeping with. That's what's going on. Her boyfriend's on the phone. She hates you, right? She absolutely hates you. She's already moved on, bro. Go ahead and move out. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Still healing for sure.
Anyway, what's he saying?
He's on the phone.
No, I just feel like we're still healing for sure.
Like what? Like, did he cheat with someone, or did she catch him watching porn, or like what?
Sure.
I think whatever it was an excuse to get rid of him.
Okay, well, who's on the phone?
What? No, it's a TV.
Right.
What did you just say?
Right. So, you just want me to sleep downstairs still?
Yeah.
Like, no question whatsoever.
Okay. Well,
We just have more healing to do because of what happened.
okay. Love you.
Love you.
I wonder what happened. I mean, it wasn't gonna look. It's totally the boy she's sleeping with. Totally the boyfriend on the phone. Holy shit, that's even worse. No, yeah, get out of there. Get out of there. You fucked that one up. You're not gonna unfuck that. Get out of there. Move on with your life. I'm very sorry, but yeah.
Okay, bro.
Like, did you see her phone? She's totally talking to another bloke. Look at that. Man. Yeah, that's the exact wrong way to run a relationship, right? Don't be a dick, but don't be a pussy either, right? There's broad ground between the two. However, this looks like the most awesome woman to go on a date with.
Guys, if you were to get to a girl's house and you saw these things, this is my gaming setup. These are my house decorations. This is my security guard. I'm a little messy, but my messiness comes with a
very nice pair of tits, I must say.
Wardrobe full of sundresses, baggy t-shirts, and a Chewbacca costume. Are you
Okay, Chewbacca costume, not sexy, but cool, right? Sundresses, okay, your boobs look good in the sundress. Baggy t-shirts, nah, doesn't really do it for me.
staying or leaving?
I am super staying. I mean, look, again, she's hot, gaming system, Chewbacca costume. She seems like a fun person to be around, quite frankly, right? And the polar opposite of the last young lady. Okay, but moving close to home. Multiculturalism in England, I think it really shown it doesn't work at all in any way, shape, or form. So, here, where is this? Let me find the post about this. It's over here. No. Oh, man. Did it vanish? Where did it go? I had this on queued up. Maybe it's over here. No. It's over here. Maybe. How? I don't. Let me just look. It was. this guy posted it, so I should be able to find the background for it. Doink. Man, England is a shit show, mate. I mean, England is just genuinely a shit show. I can't believe how bad. I mean, I say this every bloody stream. I can't believe how bad it got that quickly, right? And it did get that bad that quick. I mean, literally that quickly. And they so use the, finally people are boiling over about the 2-tier policing, right? They finally fight. Is this the right account? I thought it was. Where is it? Maybe hang on. Oh, I can't find it at all now. Where'd it go? I got the video, but I don't have the thing explaining it. I'll have another quick peruse if it comes up. No. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. There you go. Doink. Fine, share screen. Oh, here we share screen. Doink, doink, doink. Tommy Robinson, yeah, right. A Muslim woman enters a church this week screaming Allahu Akbar and shouting she was here to kill the God of the Jews shortly before Sunday morning services. Strangely, the legacy media turns a blind eye. She keeps pushing the false keep pushing the false narrative of Islamophobia. Look, here's the thing. I'm starting to think maybe being batshit crazy is kind of normal. Is in the Arab Islamic world, because this woman is batshit crazy, and I think I just see a lot of batshit crazy, like coming out from that. Where is it? Oh, where do you go? I just yeah, doink.
Like
Jesus was a Middle Eastern Jewish man who lived.
show me the proof. Where's your proof?
The proof is in.
It's Jesus. Like, I'm Jewish and I know who Jesus was, right? The proof, like, again, it's not really my team. I'm not even sure that that such a person ever existed. I really genuinely don't know, but that's basically the belief. Show me the proof. The Bible.
The Bible, it's in history. Josephus.
I'm here for you to teach me about the religion.
I'm telling you.
Crazy eyes, right? Super crazy eyes going on, right? There's nothing normal happening about that, right?
Yeah.
I'm passionate. I want to know God, the real God.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You're not. You're bonkers, darling.
The one and only true God.
And yet you stood there.
Wait.
And you disrespected the space.
No.
You disrespected the space.
Yeah, this is being mentally unwell, isn't it?
Oh, praise God! Oh,
Yeah. I look. Here's the thing: multiculturalism can only really work if all the cultures want to live together. I don't get the feeling that culture wants to live together. And also, I think that's why I found very strong bedfellows with 2-tier Keir Starmer. The 2 tiers are you going to vote for Labour? Then everything's okay. Or are you not going to vote for Labour? Then you're going to jail, right? Who also hates England, right? I think it's their mutual hate of the West that has brought the Muslim and the lefty world together, right? It's their mutual hatred and it's sheer absolute hatred of the West. Where is this thing? I was going to show you. Where is it? Oh yeah, fine. So this was the demo yesterday. Here, 1 second. It's still Saturday, I think, where Palestinians were allowed to march and have unlimited signs of hate. The new thing is a orange triangle. Right, an orange triangle is how they identify targets on their social media videos when they're going to murder Jews, right? They put an orange triangle over them, so you see that, right? So they're all carrying like these orange triangle things. They're saying death to Jews from the river to the sea, and there's no other meaning to it other than kill all the Jews, right? There really is no other meaning to it. So they're allowed to march, right? Why? Because they're on tier 1, the Muslim population might well vote for Keir Starmer, so therefore they can do whatever they want. It's totally peaceful. And also, look at the policing. No riot gear, no intimidation, no trying to just, oh yeah, you're the best. And also, Asadic kind is also in the cut from the same cloth. So they're met by there was a counter protest that was banned because they didn't want to roll people up, did they? So these people went there, and they got in trouble. And again, if we had freedom of speech, they wouldn't have done. But check this out. So they go there with they're there with an English flag and saying Hamas is a terrorist group. But that's entirely factual, right? The guy with the beanie on, I believe, is Iranian. I can't remember. But here, the first thing that we'll do, cover it up! Don't let anybody see Hamas is a terrorist group. Why can't they just walk around them? All right, why can't they? If this is a peaceful protest, just walk around them. It's not a peaceful protest. It's a hate march. Specifically, a Jew hate march. Yeah, and you see somebody stole the flag, right? Right. But then you see what happens. The police, they get mob heavy and they arrest these people and not the people who stole the flag. Right, saying Hamas is a terrorist organization. These are the villains, right? And just look at them swarm on them. And again, it seems to be they're peacefully standing there holding a sign that actually says Hamas are a terrorist organization. Because they are, right? Because they are. But, here's the thing. People genuinely believe that that Israel is pure evil, right? They believe Israel is pure evil, and everything they're doing in Gaza is evil. You know why they think that? Because of things like this. So this report just came out to, was it yesterday, the day before? And it said, BBC breached guidelines 1,500 times over Israel-Hamas war, and that's only in 4 months, right? Only in 4 months. The BBC breached its own editorial guidelines 1,500 times, and I think they referred to a genocide, which that's just not the right word. It's not a genocide, but again, that incitement to violence. Oh, by Keir Starmer, it's okay because it's two-tier, right? The Jews not voting them so much, and there's not that many of them. Muslims can't upset them. So hate and violence, that is fine, right? Absolutely 100% fine. Keir Starmer is just the worst, right? The absolute worst. So I just caught a bit of somebody trying to defend them over here. Is this it? Let me think. I think this is the one.
According to a new report, breached guidelines 1,500 times over the Israel-Hamas war. Its own
I just told you that.
Guidelines. This is a report revealing what it calls a deeply worrying pattern of bias against Israel. Authors analysed all sorts of output from the BBC. It was led by a British lawyer called Trevor Asserson.
The problem is that there's a large Muslim community within the BBC who all hate Jews, right? And they believe whatever derogatory thing they will say about Israel Jews, they will be like, yes, that's true. Let's amplify it. Israel murdered 500 babies. It was us. But no, it doesn't matter.
Who found Israel was associated with genocide more than 14 times more than Hamas.
Yeah. They say more than 14 times than the Hamas. That's crazy.
And the corporation's coverage. Yesterday, Danny Cohen, who's a former senior BBC executive, warned there was now an institutional crisis at the national broadcaster, called for
no crisis at all. They don't care.
An independent inquiry. The campaign against anti-Semitism and the National Jewish Assembly, we'll be talking to them a little bit later on. The National Jewish Assembly, Gary Mond will be on from there. They have said they want an independent review. Ian Austin, Lord Austin, who's a former Labour minister, now independent in the House of Lords.
Again, it doesn't matter. There's two tiers, right? We Jews, We Jews are on the tier we're normally on, not the good one.
Says the BBC has had, in his words, high-handed arrogance for continually dismissing questions over its impartiality. Michael, you worked for the BBC for quite a long time. What do you make of this?
Okay, I think he's going to defend them. Let's see. I would love to see this.
Well, I'm not sympathetic to it. I think the BBC has an incredibly difficult job, as indeed do all decent journalists, in covering the Middle East. And
well, again, that your entire journalistic force has a unhinged hatred and bias towards Jews, right? And I know they say Zionist, but that's only when they think a Jew's listening, right? They mean Jews, and it's come much more out in the open over the last year.
Getting it right and getting the balance right and being fair and so on.
Okay, 1,500 times. They refer to Israel performing a genocide 14 times more than Hamas that actually did a genocidal act.
And, you know, it's very difficult to know without going through the report and reading the 1,500 instances.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're all racist cunts. That's why. That's what's going on.
They quote. And there are occasions when you hear somebody say something on the BBC and you think, that's gone a bit over the line or whatever. But the BBC has done a brilliant job.
No, it hasn't. BBC is not fit for purpose. The BBC is a pathetic shadow of its former self, right? The BBC of old was something that every British person could be proud of, and every British person of every ethnicity, skin color, sex, sexual orientation, something that everybody could be proud of. They put out great entertainment, great thought-provoking entertainment, just relentlessly. Their news service was brilliant, right? Now it's garbage, it's trash.
Actually, in doing the best it can.
No, it's not. It's not. When you get it that wrong, it's not the best it can.
While Israel won't let any journalists into Gaza.
Neither will.
Well, excuse me. If they go into Gaza and anything happens to them, then Israel comes, right? Wait, you want it both ways? Well, you do, right? Essentially, yeah.
Actually report what's going on there.
Neither will Hamas.
Well, they would have. I think they would have.
Well, they have their own journalists, and they also refuse to allow people to verify footage that they put out. But your point is correct. Yeah. Israel do not allow journalists in there, and that is a huge mistake. I think.
Also,
no, because they'll all be fucking killed by Hamas. They'll be taken hostage by Hamas and killed. And also, how many times have we seen the journalists also have AK-47s? Right? How many journalists were with them on October 7th? Several, I believe.
BBC has been brilliant over the last few months at reporting the appalling things that are also going on in the West Bank.
Except, wait a minute. Now it's clear. He completely agrees with the unhinged Jew-hating bias.
People just going in there, seizing Palestinians' land.
Okay, that is an insane lie. What do you think happens if you do that? This guy really believes that if I want, I can walk into any Arab house, say, I want that, and they all get kicked out and I moved in. That's insane, unhinged lie. It doesn't have. So, like, this cunt has the same racist bias as the rest of the BBC. Of course he thinks the BBC is doing a good job.
Attacking them, killing them in some cases. The Israeli authorities show incredible reluctance to do anything about it.
I don't believe a word coming out your fucking mouth, mate.
Israel is doing some... Israel... I used to be a huge supporter of Israel.
So I'm saying, look at this. Look at it. Give him like 10 seconds and he goes off on this like disgusting racist diatribe.
Well, as the one liberal democracy in the Middle East, I'm afraid, under the Netanyahu regime and the...
Again, people don't really like Netanyahu that much in Israel, but we don't look at him like Hitler, like you fucks do, right? It's just not true.
There are hundreds of thousands, probably millions of Israelis who are deeply concerned about this as well. It has gone way beyond the common decency, human rights.
Will you fuck off? You fucking cunt. Really? How many civilians did you kill during Desert Storm? You cunt. I think it was like about 1 million, wasn't it? 8 civilians for every enemy combatant, as opposed to Israel... maybe 0.75 civilians for every enemy combatant, according to the bullshit Hamas numbers.
And the idea of...
I think BBC is doing a great job because they're racist cunts just like me. And I think racist cunts should be racist cunts. What about the 1,500 times that they breached their own guidelines.
Being able to resolve the Middle East problems through a two-state solution every day that passes makes that more and more unlikely.
Yeah, maybe the raping and murder. I mean, look, dude, they didn't just kill people and rape them and murder them. They didn't just kill children, right? They didn't just burn them to death or put them in ovens. That's like that actually fucking happened. They killed a baby by cooking it in a fucking oven, right? They decapitated a lot of the corpses and then took their heads with them. What kind of fucked up weirdos do that? But you've forgotten about that. You know why? You know why you've forgotten about that? Because they're only fucking Jews to you, aren't they? You racist piece of shit cunt.
And I think it's the coverage of the BBC, I think, is to be lauded, not criticised in this way.
Lucy?
I disagree.
Oh, please, Lucy, tear them apart, darling.
I think the report is really important, and I think it's necessary that we recognise that there are these times, 1,500 times, that the way in which the story is presented has perhaps been skewed. So we have Hamas as a terrorist organisation, and we have the BBC covering a war which was triggered by Hamas attacking Israel on the 7th of October.
Genocidal attack.
And Israel seeking to defend itself. Now, where I do agree with Michael is that on the ground in Israel, there is increasingly a lot of anti-Netanyahu feeling.
There's always been anti-Netanyahu feeling. They always hated him. Man, you know what the anti-Netanyahu feeling was about before October 7th? And I kid you not, right? And this nearly tore the country apart. That when he finally won the right-wing bloc, they wanted to reform the Supreme Court, which was acting as a non-elected legislative body, right? So they were going to change it to the way you choose people from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would choose their own people. Then said, no, it's got to have some kind of control from the electorate. So then they wanted to change it to the way the Americans were doing it, right? That they nominate someone, they go through a vetting process, and then they get to the Supreme. They called him a Nazi because of that, right? Relentless Nazi. I mean, like, man. But again, look. This is the quality of twat that's now in charge of Britain, right? Speaking of twat, just let's check this out.
For the entire country, I want to wish you the very best of luck. Now, you don't need our good luck because
you're taking all that money as well. Well, not mine, but
you're there because of your talent, your skill.
Yeah, your talent and your skill, baby. That's why. Oh, look at these doctors and lawyers all coming over to enrich the country.
And your hard.
They're certainly not going to congregate in groups and harass women, right? That's not going to happen. And if you say that happening means you're far right, that means we've got to bang you up.
Have already made our country so proud, and we're backing you all of the way.
Yes, Keir, we know you are. White working class people, no, not you cunts. We're not backing you at all, right? We're not backing you at all. Meanwhile, across the pond, right? It's only weirder, right? It's only weirder. I think that's the only way you can describe it. It's only weirder. Firstly, I thought this was a joke, right? But it's not. I mean, the way the president was a joke. This is Kamala Harris. And listen, what's going to happen with this election? They got the presidential debate on Tuesday. My prediction for that is this, right? And I don't know if I'm right, but it seems to be the way the world is working right now is that we all have free will, right? I'm looking at everything from a theological perspective. We all have free will. God allows you to do whatever you want, but if you having success or failure in your plans is completely up to God, right? So they still have free will, but it seems to be everything they do turns to ashes in their mouths, right? Everything just completely and totally crumbles into dust. Like you arrest him, you make him a felon, you do the mugshot, he just gets stronger. It makes no sense, but that's what happens. So there must be some sneaky, dirty plan for Kamala Harris to win this debate or not look like a moron in this debate, which I don't know how they're going to do it. Right? I mean, AI maybe. I don't know. Get Alec Baldwin instead of Trump. That really is one of their only options. They're going to cheat 9 ways to Sunday, right? But I think by the time we get to this weekend, I think it's gonna be such an epically awful showing by Kamala Harris that they're going to be in the same place they were after the first Biden debate, right? And that's with all the cheating in the world. But why do I think that? So there was this clip going around. Now, they added like Seinfeld music to this to make it seem more funny. But boy, I just look at this and I go, what?
Those lids are, because this is, well, I'm just going to speak, okay? So this is it. So you know how those lids on the Starbucks cups, they're white, right?
This is real. I can't believe this is real.
And so if you wear lipstick, they get all over the lid. And so then I find myself in meetings if I'm the only woman, and that's kind of, and so I keep taking the lid off and having my cup out so that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid?
No policies yet. No, the only policy I put out is they're going to tax you on unrealized gains. This is a way of creating a serf class, right? Which is the major way non-wealthy people transfer their money, transfer their wealth is through property. They're making owning property impossible for poor people. No wonder Keir Starmer wants to take away the ability to buy your own council house, right? They're making it impossible to be a landowner, right? Be a homeowner. So this tax on unrealized gains is like this. Let's say you bought your house in 1995 for $150,000, right? Then in 2024, you finish paying off the mortgage, and it's now worth $400,000, right? So you got a gain of was it $250,000 gain, right? Unrealized gain, right? You haven't sold it, but that's the gain that you made. So they then go, if you sell it or not, it doesn't matter. They're going to tax you, what was it 20-30% on that? So you've got to come up with what, 50 grand? So you can't afford to keep your house. So you've got to sell your house. And who's going to buy your house? BlackRock, one of these mega corporations, right? And that way they stop upward mobility. That is 100% the plan. But that's the only policy that's come out. Just insane bullshit like this.
So that was that conversation.
Okay. And that, I mean, again, it doesn't get more batshit crazier than that, right? It really doesn't. Well, it does get more batshit crazy. I do not understand, with all the anti-Semitism coming out of the left, how any Jew possibly thinks about voting for Harris and Walz, right? So there is actually a Jewish female Democrat who explains herself over here. It's fascinating, right? It's fascinating.
And I'm voting for Kamala because if Iran supports her, I support her. I'm a Jewish Democrat voting for Kamala. Democrats only hate that I'm a Zionist, not a Jew.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate, isn't it?
I'm a Jewish Democrat voting for Kamala because, well, Jews vote Democrat. I'm a Jewish Democrat and the Squad are a vocal part of my party. I'm not worried about the rampant Jew hatred. What's the problem? I'm a Jewish Democrat voting for Kamala because she cares about Israel and Gaza. I'm a Jewish Democrat, and even though Democrats didn't want Shapiro to embrace
on into it. Oh,
Kamala Biden and Kamala flip-flopping on Israel, but I'm convinced Kamala will do a better job.
It's a bit dodgy.
Problems. I'm a Jewish Democrat and I'm voting for Kamala because I don't want Trump and neither does he. I'm a Jewish Democrat and because I've been calling Republicans white supremacists for years, I've completely ignored the anti-Semitism in the Democrat Party. I'm a Jewish Democrat.
That's probably the most accurate one right there.
Voting for Kamala. If I don't, my friends will judge me.
Last bit's not true, I'm afraid. Last bit is not true. Sadly, right? Sadly. Before we close up this section, let's get a little bit of of sanity back, right? Let's see if we can get a little bit of sanity back, and hear from what I hope is the next president. Oh, it's probably not going to be the next president of the United States. I had a friend of mine in synagogue on Sabbath, right, on Saturday, and he came in wearing a Trump hat, right, and it said on the side 45 and 47, right? Because he was the 45th president. He believes he's going to be 47th. So I said to him, that hat's wrong. It's going to be 45, 48. He's like, really? Why? It's because Kamala Harris will be president before the election. That's the October surprise. Biden's going to step down, and Harris will be president. Right? That's firmly what I believe. But again, everything they do, I think it's just going to end up like ashes in their mouth. So let's hear a bit from the Trumpster before we move on to the chat.
I will bring back free speech in America because it's been taken away.
By the way, I can't see this properly because he's behind a security glass because the FBI wanted to kill him. Oh, no, the CIA. I told the FBI, maybe FBI and the CIA. I do not know, right? I do not know. But they wanted to kill him, so okay.
They've taken away your free speech, and the fake news is a threat to this country. They are just horrible. These are horrible.
He was right when he first said it. He's still right now.
People. Not everyone. I mean, I know most of them up there. Some are good. Hi, Ryan. No, some are good. This crowd, it goes from corner to corner. I flew over and I said, that's a lot of people down there. And you know what they'll say today or tomorrow when they write? Donald Trump spoke today in Wisconsin before a small crowd of people.
Yeah, and then when he goes, oh, wait a minute, there was tons of people. They go, why is he so obsessed with crowd sizes? Because you're lying about it? Tish tosh, crazy talk.
A small gathering of people. They are just so bad. I don't know. It's it's really hard to turn it back around unless they used to be like the police force. They'd write the truth, but they're no longer the police force. They're the police force for opposite. They're a police force for bad. They're bad people, and they're very dishonest. And a lot of people don't understand when you're a politician like.
I totally agree. They are bad people, and they are very dishonest.
These people, like me, like others, and you happen to be a Republican or somewhat conservative, they write just the opposite of what the facts are. And if you're driving a cab, if you're an accountant, if you're a lawyer, if you're something, other than that, you don't know the details. When we know the facts and then the story gets written the exact opposite of what it is, you start to lose faith in the press, I will tell you.
No, I lost faith many years ago.
But I will sign an executive order banning any federal employee from colluding to limit speech, and we will fire every federal bureaucrat who is engaged in domestic censorship under the Harris regime.
Oh, I'm so up for that.
We will do that.
And I think he is going to do that because I think he's going to win in a landslide, right? Right now, I think he might win New York. I said that last two elections, I've been wrong every time, right? So you got to factor that in. I've been wrong a lot, but hope springs eternal. You never know. And it's just like, they're just like, we're completely unaccountable. We can do whatever we want, right? We can do anything we want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how shitty we appear.
Barnsley campaigning in a general election, and a lout opposite side of a street gets a cup, fills it with cement, lobs it at the bus that I'm on, and you can see the picture here of me ducking and me showing.
Blimey. So listen, if you've been handing out jail time like nothing for like incitement to violence, what about actual violence? Oh boy, man, this guy's going to go to jail forever. Obviously not.
And to everybody else get down. It was a very dangerous, provocative, violent thing for this guy to do. Luckily, some builders who were working on the site stopped him, apprehended him. He was arrested. Today, he's been given a suspended prison sentence. He will not serve any custodial time at all. But you see, in Keir Starmer's Britain...
And again, two-tier Keir, baby. It's just so in your face. What's going to happen when he actually has to finally answer some questions?
If he put something intemperate on Facebook after a couple of glasses of wine, he would have gone to prison. And that's the mess we're in. Can you believe in the year to March, 147,000 people guilty of carrying knives, some of sexual offences, have been given community orders which means they don't get criminal sentences. Our prisons are full. We're letting people out who are violent offenders to put Facebook offenders, thought speech, some of it not very nice, I'll accept, and to chuck them in prison for a short period of time.
It's a long period of time. It was like 2 years. Again, you know, it's overnight England became a disaster. All right, this is worse than anybody could possibly imagined a Labour government would be like.
Law and order, crime is out of control. We're even allowing people to go shoplifting up to 200 quid without being prosecuted. You simply couldn't make it up. And I've got a feeling that all of you out there, regardless what age you are increasingly concerned going out of an evening.
No, I listen on a safe called Israel, right? And I hate to say it, I do.
Walking around our streets, catching public transport. We have to build more prisons. We have to make those that are violent. We have to make those that threaten our society pay some kind of price. Without deterrence, this can only get worse.
But no, that's racist, Nigel, mate, right? Because look, let's say the majority of people who end up needing to be deterred happen not to be white. I mean, then that's endemic racism, isn't it? Obviously, right? I mean, that's how it's been described to me. And, you know, the Keir Starmer government is not endemically racist, except towards white people, right? It's, again, how do you say there's not two-tier policing and continually have two-tier policing? It's like, does anybody believe a word that comes out of Keir Starmer? Like, he's lying about everything. And how have you destroyed any reputation you possibly could have had in under 2 months, right? And he's just like this, little fascist dictator. Oh, here, check this out. This is from a Swedish commentator who is very hot. I think that's fair enough to say.
Was ironically passing by the courthouse as I got a reply from the police about the incitement written on the church wall yesterday that said "kill white people." I asked them what they are investigating this as, and it turns out they're investigating it as vandalism.
All right, I'm glad I got stopped because the thing is vandalism. So I just want to point out, who is this woman? She's gorgeous. Looks very Swedish as well. Yeah, no, that's vandalism. Are you kidding me? That's unreasonable. That's unreal.
Not as incitement, not as a hate crime, vandalism. I wonder if they would have done the same thing if that was written on a mosque, kill brown people or something. That would have been vandalism. Most likely not, but you know, our racism paragraph 184, 85, I can't remember. It only cares for so-called minorities.
Yeah, it's again, and the Keir Starmer was dealing with questions.
So
there is no question. There is no two-tier policing. No, but there is. But there is though, right? I can't wait till he actually is cornered and I have to answer a fucking question. This guy is a disaster. Right, he's beyond a disaster.
I guess inciting, killing Christians and white people is just vandalism.
Well, no, you don't understand. Killing white people, you know, it's not like killing people. It's like, you know, overcoming oppression. So good for them, right? And again, I would have thought they would have to throw this guy to the wolves, right, at some point. Still not arrested for spreading misinformation. Yeah, this guy Nick Lowles spread misinformation about the riots to counter misinformation he felt that wasn't actually happening, and admitted it publicly, right? And Jess Phillips telegraphed it. Of course not. Nick Lowles, Tommy Robinson says Nick Lowles is part of the Labour establishment with links to seedy, shadowy contractors in the intelligence services. I honestly, that you can't like send them to jail. You can't like throw them under the bus is very disturbing, right? It's very disturbing. This person has it down right. I've never despised the government more than this one. I agree. God, I hate them. Why did I work? Why did I save? No, nothing. Nothing will be saved. Middle class tax rates. What's he saying now? Oh, little Hitler, there he is. Nobody. That's not a call to violence against Keir Starmer. Just he's so bad. All right. So what's this headline? Nothing will be safe. Middle class tax raid fears erupt as Starmer tipped to target 3 major areas ahead of painful budget. Man, he's going for middle classes. That's rough. Oh, that's rough. Little cunt. You people who thought you can pull yourself out, up into a bit of comfort. No, you're not one of the elites. Oh, God, I hate him so much. He really, really disgusts me. And it doesn't really get much more disgusting than this. Mother's fury after son's machete killer is set free, is free just months after being sentenced. Well, here, 1 second. Where is it? Well, you have, like, here, wait. Hang on. There you go, here. Well, you get somebody getting 20 months in jail for a social media post, right? We live in the most insane world. Here, 1 second. Doink. Share screen. There we go. Doink. Oh, this is what Daily Mail article. Yeah, what can you do? 20 months in prison for a social media post, 6 months in prison for killing a teen with a machete. The UK has gone mad. I think that's kind of a fair thing to say. Like even you can say that disingenuous. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's one thing to have this rampant crime. It's another thing to be throwing white working class people in prison for on what seem to be extremely exaggerated charges, right? I think they were just scared that white people are racist, and that's why you're reacting to this, because it fits into your stereotype that you think that really all white people are like this. They're all like bubbling with hatred. The less smart they are, the more that their racism just bubbles up. They really think that, right? And they think, oh, they let their guard down for a second and they showed their true face when they burnt down the door of a migrant center or something. I don't know what they did. Nobody got hurt, as I recall. Right? It wasn't like Black Lives Matter or anything else like that. No. Right? That's already the problem. And they went apeshit about that. It's like, what is up with you? Unbelievable. Yeah, no, 20 months in prison for social media, which is true. And 6 months in, You can't have both. Choose, right? Choose which one you want. But again, they can. I guess they can. They just demoralize you. This is pretty darn accurate. Together we will make this country yours. Thank you for being so weak. It does feel that way, doesn't it? It does feel like a very accurate depiction of how Keir Starmer's Britain, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit too openly gay. I'm unaware. Anyway, let's see. Let's look at here. Oh, and then if that wasn't bad enough, right? Now he's banning cigarettes as well. Like really? Why maybe not ban everything at once? Check this out.
What's been happening back home in the UK. Front page of The Sun today, reporting on leaked government plans for not just obviously there's a smoking ban, which they want to continue with, which Rishi Sunak brought in, basically stopping people once they reach the age 18 ever being able to buy a cigarette, which again, I would have thought would have been a nonsense situation in a few years' time, where people born a day apart, one being allowed to buy a cigarette, one not. But looking at actually a smoking ban outdoors. So we had a ban in restaurants. And
like this is like Orwellian dictatorship stuff, right? I don't like what's going on.
In pubs and in offices, but banning people smoking outdoors from a lot of those places, in pub gardens, restaurant terraces.
I mean, this just seems to be targeting white working class people, frankly. I hate to tell you.
Even outside stadiums, outside hospitals, I think we probably wouldn't think was a bad thing. In kids' playgrounds.
No, let people go outside for a cigarette. What's wrong with you?
I think you would agree that people shouldn't be smoking in kids' playgrounds, but banning smoking outdoors, is that, well, just the latest sort of Labour nanny statism, and is it a step too far for you?
It's not nanny statism, it's authoritarianism.
Yes. I can't wait till they're back in Parliament, right? And I can't wait till Farage gets to ask him a question. Will that ever happen? Probably not. So much cronyism, isn't it?
It is, I know what is best for you and you will damn well do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your legal activity and make it illegal. I mean, that's really what they're saying here. A smoke-free Britain by 2030. Really? Will it be drugs-free by 2030? Will it be obesity-free? Will it be alcoholism-free? I mean, look, this is a massive overreach by government. I loathe these people and their very instincts.
Again, it's this 2030, insane goal they got to make us into total and complete slaves.
What they don't realise, though, is this. If you overregulate, prescribe, and overtax the product, you basically drive something that is legal into the hands of those that deal in illegal drugs. In Melbourne, Australia, a packet of cigarettes is 35 quid.
Ouch.
The big money now, forget cocaine.
35 quid? For a packet of cigarettes? Are you crazy?
No mobster wants to deal in cocaine. There's no money in cocaine. The money's in cigarettes. And the gangs now control illegal cigarettes. There have been 97 firebombings of shops and homes in Melbourne in the last 2 years alone between warring tobacco gangs. It's just astonishing. So I think there's a real danger here that you effectively...
Yeah, if that's what it's like in Melbourne, imagine what it'd be like in London. Oh, right. What's it going to be like in Manchester?
Drive tobacco into the arms of the drug dealers. You make it a prohibited substance. Sunak was on the same course as well. And you finish up with the law of unintended consequences.
But there's also...
Do we want our kids to smoke? No. Do we want our kids to drink too much? No. We don't want any of these things. But you've got to do it by education.
Yeah.
Let people make their own decisions.
Yeah, absolutely right. Again, it's so grim. Right, I tell you, it's just so grim. So I'm kind of glad I had this movie. It's pretty nice of me. By the way, best news of the weekend is this: everybody makes stuff for these big family things. My sister is bringing. She has like 50 portions of sticky toffee pudding. Oh, we've lucked out, ladies and gentlemen. We have indeed lucked out. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.